far as his own children are concerned, I'm sure he's given it some thought, you know.
You talked to a lot before about his really harsh upbringing, and he carried that on. He did that to his sons as well. Sent them to boarding school, and Harry has talked about how he kind of repeated the cycle. But where do you think, looking back now and how he raised these kids, do you think King Charles has any regrets, especially with the status of the relationship he has with Harry now?
I don't know if it's because of that. I mean, I don't think he's very introspective. It's interesting. Even when Charles was 3, Winston Churchill said he's too young to be thinking so much.
Right.
He was always very introspective and that sort of thing. And again, it's another part of Charles's weird, paradoxical personality. I mean, on one hand, he's traditionalist who just fought fiercely for to preserve something and things like that. But he's also, environmentalist at a time when nobody paid much attention to that. All about organic farming, and he underwent Jungian therapy and all of these things that were very forward-leaning. And he seemed awkward and detached, but yet he's very passionate in his personal relationships and personally loyal to people. So as far as his own children are concerned, I'm sure he's given it some thought. The last thing I think he wanted to do was be a bully like his father.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And now, we are looking forward towards the future. And, there's been so much talk about streamlining the monarchy and demoting some of the royals, right, kicking them off the payroll entirely.
Yeah.
Has there been pushback from members of the royal family, and how do they feel about it?
Well, there was a while, even years ago, before the Epstein scandal became public, Charles had mentioned a plan to demote Beatrice and Eugenie, to strip of their titles as princesses and just make them ladies, and also to kick Andrew, or at least reduce his dependence on the payroll. And when that plan that Charles hatched, was made known to Andrew, Andrew stomped into his mother and fiercely objected, so it never happened. But now, I think there's definitely has been pushback, but behind the scenes, because so many people are still dependent on the crown for their existence.
Right. And then where do we go with Meghan and Harry in the future? What path do you see this going down?
I know it's tough, isn't it? I mean, everyone would like to see them reach some sort of especially have the bond between the brothers repaired. But again, I think this book it could just blow the whole thing to smithereens. More and more people, I think, are seeing the position that Charles has been put in is unfair. But we'll see what happens. I mean, look, just some of the comments that Meghan and Harry have made. If you look at the way the monarchy operates and how ruthless some of these people who run the operation are and have always been, certainly drove Diana to the brink. They have a point as well. So it's not it won't be an easy fix if it ever happens.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below, and visit usmagazine.com.